Hey guys, welcome to week 3. Your final draft or your Unit 1 assignment is due this Tuesday by midnight. Then you have another reading and a discussion post. And then you also have replies that are due by Friday. On Wednesday, I do want you to go ahead and look at the Unit 2 assignment sheet. Later on this week, I'm going to be posting a video that introduces you to the second assignment. But for right now, I wanted to focus on talking about your Unit 1 assignment because there are some issues that I saw reading the rough drafts that I really wanted to address about how the theme fits in with this first assignment, the exploration and the research proposal. Because that could be kind of confusing how the theme of the course fits in with the parameters for you choosing your topic. Um, Also, later on this week, I'll be posting a video that talks about the reflections that we're going to be doing at different points during the semester. So that'll be due Monday. I'll have those videos up later on this week. But first, in this sort of to-do video for week 3, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the topic. And I'll make this document available on Blackboard. But it's important to remember that the theme of the course, funny or humor, is just a jumping off point for you to talk about something else. So it's important to start by thinking about what do you think is funny? What is your sense of humor? And then what does that say about yourself? Because you know yourself better than anybody else. So what does what you find funny say about what you believe, what you value, what your opinions are? And so is the joke funny because it sets you apart, makes you feel superior or separated from the subject of the joke because you want to draw a clear distinction, or does the joke defy your expectations, sort of pleasantly surprising you? Or are you laughing at somebody else's expense, like physical comedy, when you laugh when someone falls or runs into a door? So then take that a step further to a larger level and think about, okay, what do we as a society think is funny? And then what does it say about what we as a society value or champion? Um, so you can write about comedians and comedy, but remember, you're going to have to build an argument, and a good argument has to be debatable. A good argument wouldn't be killing babies is bad because nobody could argue killing babies is good. Or nobody would argue killing babies is good. I mean, I guess if you really were pressed, you could. But it has to have two sides. So here's a list of potential topics that you could use, that you could talk about using the lens of humor, the theme of the course, to talk about these issues within our society. So affordable housing, climate change, the gender pay gap, body image issues, tattoos and professionalism, artificial intelligence, guns on college campuses, fake news. The point is really is you should think about what a culture's sense of humor says about that culture's values, what it wants to encourage, and what it wants to discourage. And then look at the last little bit. So you can talk about politics, but it has to be done in a neutral, fair, unbiased way. Um, One of the things that I want to do later on the semester is establish the distinction between a rant and an argument. A rant is one sided and it doesn't open up inquiry. Argument is something that opens up inquiry because it's debatable. Someone could argue the other side. And because of that adversarial nature of the fact that it is debatable, it makes the argument fulfill its purpose of arriving at the closest facsimile to the actual truth that it can. So here's a list of topics that I would rather you stay away from. Now, that being said, if you've got a good idea or if you feel passionately about the subject, we can talk about it. But these are subjects that are usually too emotionally charged for us to deal with in a summer semester when we have sort of half the time we would have in a normal semester. So, abortion, child pornography, the war on terror, marijuana or drugs. just try to stay away from these topics. I would rather you pick something else. Like I said earlier, if you have a vested personal interest or if you have a good idea, we can discuss that. But I would rather you stay away from these topics. So that's your kind of weekly to-do video. I know that your Unit 1 final draft, your Assignment 1 final draft is due tomorrow at midnight. So remember, I'm going to be having office hours from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. tomorrow. And you can email me, or don't forget this, you can contact me through Google Chats. My Gmail is claysims, CLAYSIMS, @gmail.com. You can send me a Google Chat, and then we can have a face-to-face conference through Google Chat. So don't forget about that. And I'm going to try to make myself as available as possible over the next 24-hour period, just so that way I can try to help allay any worries or fears as that deadline for your Unit 1 assignment comes closer. Like I said, I'm going to be posting a reflection video that talks about the reflections, and I'm also going to be posting a video about Unit 2 later this week. So please email me if you have any questions. Like I said, I'll make this document available on Blackboard, and I hope everybody has a wonderful week.